Hello again. I thought we'd pick up a little bit about the different eccentricities of tapes. So, to start off, let's begin with the bootleg. I found this in a little stash here. It's a Beatles Greatest Hits. I don't think they ever released an album featuring called the Greatest Hits from Viking Records. Not familiar with them. But anyway, so this was a common phenomenon. Up until this point, people couldn't really press their own records, but with tapes, you could make your own tapes, mix tapes, swap them. You could go to local yard sales or basically, junk sales, and people would sell off these bootlegs. At that time, you still couldn't download music, so you'd have to either take it off your stereo and then you could record it. We can go over some of the record features on these things too, but it offered a new way of basically sharing music, we'll call it. So this is what a blank tape would have looked like. You may have seen these if you're a little older. At least you would have seen them as cassettes. So it's 90 minutes, it's Scotch. 90 minutes is actually a pretty long time. I mean, that's probably equivalent to 2 albums, so you could actually fit a lot of songs on these things. The quality, well, we'll let you test it out and you give us your opinions when I play some for you. But anyhow, the way these 8 tracks worked is that you had basically 4 tracks. You could select from 4 different tracks. Each track would have maybe between 2 to 5 songs on it, and they could be 10 to 20 minutes each track. And each track contained 2 channels, a left and a right, which gave you stereo sound. So that's why it's called an 8-track. Like I said, it offered an ability to record and transport music in a way that you really couldn't with records at that time. Here's another little thing they would have too. This is an 8-track cleaner. A little different. So it would come with this little piece. This would clean the head reader. It's a little piece of felt. This is sort of a demagnetizer. And then you had this little toggle switch that would move that. Kind of weird. Very mechanical. Very mechanical. We're not really used to that, having to clean your music machine manually like that, but it's a little different. I don't think you do that with MP3s, but I don't own one, so I'm not sure. So let's explore a little bit more with these. Hello and welcome back. So I was thinking we could go through the collection of 8 tracks just a little bit here, see what they look like, see all the madness, and you can get just a little bit of a feel for what maybe people might have had were they a collector 40, 50 years ago. Let's dig in. Oh my, looks like we've got a little Christmas box here. Let's see what's inside. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, too many. We got a problem here, folks. This is a cry for help. This isn't a collection. So we've got probably, several hundred. We've got the Cars, Fleetwood Mac. Oh, we've got a Bob Dylan there too. Three Dog Night, Heart, Jay Giles, Hot Rocks, Rolling Stones, Bob Welch. We've got Herb Alpert. We've got Frank Zappa. We've got Queen. Doobie Brothers. Kansas. Peter Frampton. Goes on and on. Steppenwolf. Aerosmith. Even John Denver. We've got Clapton. The Who. Johnny Cash. So you get the idea. It's a pretty big collection. I didn't pay anything for them. In fact, I had a family friend who was a trucker. He passed away, and this was actually enjoyed a lot of support within the trucker community. 8 tracks were very popular. They embraced it early because of the long haul driving. And once you build a collection, you're not eager to switch to a new one. There's a lot of money invested in this, quite frankly. I'm sure he probably spent hundreds, possibly even thousands. These would cost between $5 and $10 a piece back then, if they were legitimate, bought at a record store. So that adds up. That was a lot of money in 1970, 1975. So, somebody took it seriously.